Have you ever wondered if some travel destinations could quietly put your life at risk after 70? When we think about retirement and travel, we often picture relaxing beaches, charming old towns, or bustling markets filled with colors and scents. But the truth is, not every country is a safe choice as we age. Our bodies, our needs, and even our ability to handle certain environments change over time. What felt adventurous and thrilling at 40 can become exhausting or dangerous at 75. And sometimes the danger is not obvious at first glance. It can be hidden in the climate, the air you breathe, the food you eat, or the way a place handles emergencies. This isn't about fear-mongering or telling you to stay home. Travel can still be one of the most enriching experiences at any age. But when you're older, your safety and well-being come first. Some places simply have too many risks for seniors, whether it's extreme weather, poor healthcare access, political unrest, or health hazards that could turn a dream trip into a nightmare. And it's important to know which destinations to think twice about before booking that ticket. In this video, I'm going to share 4 countries that can be surprisingly dangerous for travelers over 70. You might expect a couple of them, but others could be places you never thought would make this list. Stay with me until the end, because the final country might be the most unexpected of them all. Number 1, South Africa. South Africa offers dramatic coastlines, wildlife safaris, and a mix of cultures. Unlike anywhere else, but for travelers over 70, it also poses challenges that go beyond the usual inconveniences. Safety remains one of the primary concerns. While many tourists enjoy memorable experiences, the country has regions with high rates of armed robbery, carjacking, and burglary. Criminal activity can happen in both urban and rural areas, and visitors who are unfamiliar with local safety practices might find themselves in risky situations without realizing it. Even driving between destinations can carry hazards, as some roads are poorly lit, or pass through isolated areas, where assistance may be difficult to find if trouble arises. The physical demands of many popular activities can also be underestimated. Safari excursions, while thrilling, often require long hours in vehicles over bumpy terrain, which can be hard on the back and joints. National parks and nature reserves may involve climbing in and out of jeeps, or walking on uneven ground. Add to this the often unpredictable weather, scorching heat in one region and sudden cold or heavy rain in another, and you have conditions that can take a toll on stamina. For seniors with limited mobility or chronic health conditions, these shifts can lead to fatigue faster than expected. Healthcare access varies greatly depending on where you are. South Africa has well-equipped private hospitals in major cities, like Cape Town and Johannesburg, but rural or remote safari areas may have only basic clinics with limited staff and supplies. In the event of a serious illness or injury, you might need to be transported long distances to reach proper care, which can be costly and stressful. Seniors with heart conditions, respiratory issues, or medication needs should think carefully about how quickly they could receive treatment if something went wrong. Another factor to consider is the risk of illness from water or food. While hotels and lodges catering to international tourists maintain high standards, smaller establishments or street vendors may not. Drinking untreated tap water or eating undercooked food can lead to digestive problems, which can be more severe in older adults and take longer to recover from. Vaccination requirements and preventive medications for diseases like malaria may also be recommended, and these can interact with existing prescriptions, making it essential to consult with a doctor before travel. For seniors who still wish to experience South Africa, careful planning is essential. Opting for reputable tour companies, avoiding certain neighborhoods, arranging private transfers instead of self-driving, and traveling during milder seasons can improve safety and comfort. But the reality is that the combination of security risks, physical demands, and healthcare limitations make it a destination that requires serious thought before committing. For many over 70, choosing a location with lower risks and easier logistics may be the wiser path. Number 2, Egypt. Egypt is a place that stirs the imagination with its pyramids, temples, and ancient history, but for travelers over 70, the reality can be far more demanding and even risky than it appears in photographs. The climate is one of the first challenges to consider. Daytime temperatures in many parts of Egypt, especially during the summer, can soar to levels that quickly lead to dehydration, heat exhaustion, or even heat stroke. Older adults are more susceptible to these conditions, and the dry desert air can sap energy far faster than a humid climate might. Even winter days, though cooler, can still be surprisingly warm under direct sunlight, and the constant need to stay hydrated and shaded can make sightseeing more tiring than expected. The physical demands of visiting Egypt's most famous sites are often underestimated. Exploring the pyramids of Giza, walking through the Valley of the Kings, or touring ancient temples requires navigating uneven stone pathways, climbing steep steps, and sometimes bending into narrow, low-ceiling passages. Many of these areas have limited handrails or modern accessibility features. A full day of sightseeing can involve hours of standing and walking without much opportunity to rest, and shaded areas are often scarce. For someone over 70, especially with arthritis, balance issues, or reduced stamina, these conditions can be more than just uncomfortable. They can be dangerous. Another concern is the heavy street traffic and sometimes chaotic urban environment, particularly in Cairo. Crossing busy streets without pedestrian signals, avoiding aggressive drivers, and navigating crowded markets can be overwhelming. Noise, dust, and air pollution in certain cities can aggravate respiratory issues and sap energy quickly. Public transportation options are limited for visitors, and taxis or private drivers are the safest choice. But even then, road safety standards can vary. Healthcare quality is mixed. Major cities have hospitals that can provide adequate care for common illnesses or minor injuries, but rural or remote areas have fewer resources and less modern equipment. Medical evacuation might be necessary for serious emergencies, and arranging this quickly can be difficult. Additionally, food and water safety are ongoing concerns. Drinking tap water or eating from less reputable food vendors can lead to digestive problems such as traveler's diarrhea, which can hit seniors especially hard and disrupt the entire trip. For those still drawn to Egypt's wonders, timing and preparation are crucial. Traveling during cooler months, booking small group or private tours that allow for more rest breaks, and choosing accommodations with reliable air conditioning and on-site dining can make the trip more manageable. However, the combination of extreme weather, physical strain, urban chaos, and healthcare limitations make Egypt a high-risk destination for travelers in their 70s and beyond, and one that should be approached with great caution. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, Russia. Russia's vastness, culture, and history can seem endlessly fascinating. From the onion domes of St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow to the imperial splendor of St. Petersburg's palaces. Yet for seniors over 70, traveling here today poses a set of difficulties that go beyond long flights and cold weather. The first major concern is geopolitical tension. In recent years, strained relations between Russia and many other countries have led to changing visa rules, unpredictable entry requirements, and heightened security scrutiny at borders. These complications can turn a routine trip into a stressful experience. Before you've even stepped out of the airport, language is another significant barrier. Outside of major tourist areas, English is not widely spoken, and signage is often only in Russian. For older travelers who may already feel less confident navigating unfamiliar environments, this can make even simple tasks, ordering a meal, asking for directions, reading train schedules, unnecessarily challenging. Without a reliable guide or translator, misunderstandings can lead to frustrating delays or even unsafe situations. Medical access is also a concern. While large cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg have modern hospitals, the quality and availability of care can drop sharply outside of these centers. Ambulance services in some regions may be slow, and emergency response times can be unpredictable. Seniors with chronic conditions need to think carefully about how they would handle a health crisis in a place where both language and system differences can slow down care. Weather extremes add another layer of difficulty. Russian winters are famously harsh, with icy streets and sub-zero temperatures, making falls a constant risk. Even in warmer months, sudden temperature drops, or heavy rain can make outdoor sightseeing uncomfortable. Long distances between attractions often require extended travel by train or domestic flight, which can be exhausting for those with limited stamina or mobility issues. Lastly, political demonstrations and strict local laws can catch visitors off guard. Certain behaviors that might seem harmless elsewhere can be viewed very differently here, and penalties can be severe. Staying informed and cautious is essential, but that constant vigilance can make it harder to simply enjoy the trip. Russia's beauty and history are undeniable, but for many travelers over 70, the mix of geopolitical complexity, language barriers, Medical uncertainties and environmental challenges can turn an adventure into a strain. Sometimes it's wiser to enjoy the country's rich culture from afar, through books, documentaries, and museums, rather than risk the complications of experiencing it in person. And with that, we've reached the end of our list. In the final thoughts, I'll share how you can still enjoy safe and fulfilling travel after 70 without putting yourself in harm's way. Number 4, Peru. Peru's breathtaking landscapes, from the soaring Andes to the mysterious ruins of Machu Picchu, draw travelers from all over the world. But for seniors over 70, what looks like the trip of a lifetime can also present real risks that aren't obvious from travel brochures. One of the biggest challenges is altitude. Many of Peru's most famous destinations, including Cusco and Machu Picchu, sit thousands of feet above sea level. For older adults, especially those with heart or lung conditions, the thin air can cause altitude sickness. Symptoms like headaches, nausea, dizziness, and shortness of breath within hours of arrival. Recovery can take days, and in severe cases, it can become a medical emergency requiring evacuation to lower altitudes. Transportation can also be physically demanding. Reaching remote sites often involves long, winding bus rides on mountain roads with sharp curves and steep drop-offs. These journeys can be tiring, and the road conditions in some areas may be less than ideal. Trains to Machu Picchu and boat trips on Lake Titicaca, while beautiful, can be crowded and require standing or walking over uneven ground during boarding and disembarking. For seniors with mobility issues, these moments can pose a real challenge. Healthcare quality in Peru varies greatly. Major cities like Lima have hospitals with decent facilities, but rural or high-altitude areas often have only small clinics with limited equipment and staff. If a serious health issue arises while you're in a remote village or archaeological site, getting to adequate care can take hours. This delay can be risky for older travelers who may need urgent attention. The local climate can add another layer of difficulty. In the Andes, weather can change quickly from sunny and warm to cold and rainy within minutes. In the Amazon region, heat and humidity can be intense, leading to dehydration and fatigue. Seniors need to be prepared for both extremes, often in the same trip. Food and water safety is also an ongoing concern. Drinking tap water or eating uncooked foods from street vendors can lead to stomach problems that are harder on older bodies and slower to recover from. For those still determined to see Peru's wonders, careful planning is key. Spend a few days at lower altitudes before visiting highland areas to help your body adjust. Travel with reputable tour operators who understand the needs of older travelers and build in plenty of rest days. Pack medications for altitude sickness, stay hydrated, and dress in layers to adapt to sudden weather shifts. With the right precautions, some seniors can enjoy Peru's beauty. But for many, the combination of altitude risks, healthcare limitations, and physical demands make it a destination. Best approach with great caution or postpone in favor of places that are easier and safer to navigate at this stage of life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. Traveling after 70 can still be one of life's greatest joys, but it also requires a sharper eye for the hidden challenges that come with certain destinations. The places we dream of visiting in our younger years may not always match what our bodies can comfortably handle now. That doesn't mean giving up on adventure, it means choosing it wisely. The right trip can lift your spirits, bring you closer to loved ones, and remind you that life's beauty doesn't fade with age. But ignoring the realities of your health, mobility, and safety can turn what should be a wonderful experience into unnecessary hardship. At this stage, protecting your well-being is the greatest gift you can give yourself and those who care about you. Let your travels be a source of joy, not regret. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.